Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. Both Dillian Whyte and Derek Chisora have turned up in very good shape on the scales at the weigh-in ahead of their fight at the now sold-out O2 Arena. There was certainly a lot of speculation that Chisora would be in great shape for the weigh-in, given that he's now working with David Haye. And he certainly did not disappoint. Chisora looked transformed to some extent, less visible fat compared to recent outings, recent weigh-ins and such, weighing in at 246 pounds. But the weight in itself, it's not far off where it usually is, but the mixture of working with Haye, revenge for the 2016 result, a big payday for this fight, and the prospect of more to come like it in other fights if he wins, that's clearly motivated Chisora in this training camp. And really it has to, because if he loses this fight, where does Derek Chisora go? There's a lot on the line here. How many more big paydays could there be if he lost? And so, certainly that won't bear thinking about right now. He's got Whyte in his sights and he's come in shape. And I've seen a number of people on social media reassessing their pick to win this fight after having seen a trim and in shape Chisora at this weigh-in. I'm still picking Whyte though, and that's based off a few factors. Him improving since the first fight, his left shoulder being fully healed now, which should translate into more power when compared to 2016 when he fought Chisora. If he boxes and moves in spots in the fight, that could, as has been proved in the past, give Chisora some issues. But also, the weigh-in, that's also reaffirmed my pick. There's been a lot of talk of Chisora's weight, Chisora's transformation, what Derek Chisora has been doing to ready himself for the fight. But Dillian Whyte has turned up in what is effectively career best shape. In the past 18 months or so, Whyte has been overhauling his body, putting on more muscle, but also being more disciplined, living the life of a boxer more strictly than he previously did. In that period, his weight was ranging in the mid to high 250s. For this fight, his own transformation has continued, and he has stripped off just over 12 pounds in weight, weighing only a few ounces more than Chisora. And visibly, since the Parker fight where he weighed 259 pounds, he's looking leaner, he's looking more toned, and the work has been paying off in the gym. He looks less fleshier than he did a few years ago. And the benefit for both guys, as I see it, judging by how fit they are looking, how in shape they are looking, it should be seen in their stamina, which, if this fight devolves into any sort of slugfest in different patches of the fight, both guys, they will well remember how taxing that first fight was, and how down the stretch, how both were visibly gassing. Chisora in particular, he was taking parts of rounds off later in the fight just to get a breath to recover. Ultimately, the decision went against him, and those rounds where he took parts of rounds off, where he rested to some extent, that looked to have been crucial at the end of the day, given the result. So there can be no doubt both guys are ready physically for this fight. And hopefully, they leave it all in the ring. And this is what they're vowing to do.
Listen, you know me, I do whatever it takes to get the win, man. That's it, I just do whatever it takes to get the win. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and... I've been involved in fights, I've been shouting and screaming and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I just conserve my energy, man. I'm relaxed. You guys, listen, you guys know what I bring. You guys know I can fight. You guys know I can box. You guys know I can hit. You guys know I have power. So I just go and do my thing. I don't need to sit here and scream about, I'm going to do this. The fight don't need no selling, no building, But there's going to be blood. There will be blood Saturday night.
I'm going to knock the sucker out. 100%. I'm going to hit him. I'm going to pound him. I'm going to hit him, pound him. Whatever he wants, I want to give it to him.
Come Saturday night, you guys will see, man. Don't worry, let Derek do all the talking and all this other stuff, man. Saturday night, you guys will see. Listen, there's a different animal standing in front of him Saturday night. Not a 27-year-old immature boy who only been scheduled for 12 once, inexperienced. I'm experienced. I've been involved in 12-round battles. Listen, you guys will see. You guys will see.
You know what the funniest thing is? At least I ain't doing no black magic. I don't come up with a voodoo talk, you know what I'm saying? So, you might want to say whatever you want to say, but don't come with a black magic talk. Giving me the curses and the voodoo talk.
What are you worrying about? I said hello to you in the native language, but you don't know your native tongue, bro.
Are you wearing your anal beads again today?
No, I left them in your house last night.
Are you wearing your anal beads again?
Don't worry, Saturday I'll bring them for you.
Don't worry.
Certainly never a dull moment where these two are concerned. Let's hope that the fight delivers. Perhaps it is too much to expect it's going to live up to the same fight of the year candidate status that 2016 delivered. But if it's half as good, it's still going to be a very good fight, a fun fight to watch. Could be a bit more tactical this time, but we'll have to see. And with a potential Anthony Joshua shot on the line and the millions that would bring with it, hopefully the added incentive really revs both fighters up, as well as obviously there's the revenge angle and a few other spokes to this. And by the way David Haye has been talking, you can almost hear him counting the money for this fight and the potential fight with Joshua. And Joshua himself, he will be at the fight. He's picking Chisora to win, but perhaps that's no surprise. He's buddies with Chisora, saw him growing up, one of his heroes, that sort of stuff. And Dillian Whyte is an enemy of sorts of Anthony Joshua's, a division rival. There's been some history there, obviously the first fight, some bad blood before that too. But it'll be interesting to see how will this pay-per-view event stack up against the Frank Warren card, which in my view, when you compare the two side by side, it's an overall stronger event on paper. Obviously, fights are not fought on paper. You never know how it'll pan out on the night. But these two pay-per-view events, same night, it's a tough choice for fans. Not often we get two very good pay-per-view events on the same night, but I will be keeping an eye out for Nathan Gorman on that Warren card. He'll look to take on Razvan Kajanu in what shapes as a step up of sorts. And overall, it's a very good learning fight for Gorman. In terms of opponents, this is a minor step up of sorts. Kajanu, he's been a fringe contender, and 18 months ago he was Johnny on the spot when Hughie Fury pulled out late against Joseph Parker, allowing Kajanu out of nowhere to fight for the WBO title. And if Gorman manages to knock out Kajanu or beat him handily on points and look good in the process, it'll be very good for his stock in the division. 2019 could shape as a big year for Nathan Gorman as he shakes off the prospect tag, moves into contender level. Also on that Whyte and Chisora card, there's another heavyweight fight that's no doubt going to have some fans very interested. I'm very interested in it. It could be some car crash TV. David Price, Tom Little. Can David Price take care of business, get Little out of there? Set himself up for a bigger challenge in 2019. He says he believes he's world level and can get back there or get there and get in a big fight. He thinks he can still make some noise in the division. But can he? Can Little wear Price down like so many others have? This one, I'm picking David Price, but, where Price is concerned, nothing is ever guaranteed and you can expect the unexpected anytime. 1 second to the next, you never know what's going to happen with David Price. And Tom Little, he says, this is a massive opportunity. I'm going to soak it up. Everything from here is a bonus. I'm going to let my hands go and put my heart and soul into this. And David Price says, I've had a fantastic camp. Tom is a serious fighter. The sparring we've done before tells me there's going to be fireworks from the off. May the best man win. And if it is fireworks, all the better for fans, as the rest of the card, it's a little bit thin, but there's, Joshua Buatsi, he's on there. Reynold Quinlan, he's a tough guy, that's who Buatsi's facing. But certainly overall, I'm looking forward to the main event and also the Price-Little fight. Picking Price to win and picking Whyte to win. But if Derek Chisora comes through and gets the upset, because many are picking Whyte to win here, it's certainly going to shake up the division. And it'll see the rankings change all over the place. Dillian Whyte holds many high rankings across the board here. So good luck to both guys. And apart from this card, and the one that Dominic Breazeale is on this weekend as well, there's not too many other big names fighting the rest of 2018. So savour the action as the next heavyweight fights on the horizon is sort of Jennings and Rivas, that's sort of mid next month. And then you have Kanelski and Washington about a week later. Actually, that's towards the back end of January. I think Rivas Jennings is January 18th, something like that. But it's certainly going to be a bit of a drought until then. But if you've made it this far, I thank you and invite you to toss at me some of the sorts of videos that you'd like to see me covering over the Christmas period in what shall be known as the heavyweight boxing void. I've got a few ideas I'm mulling over, a few videos that'll probably make year-end review, that sort of stuff. But as always, your thoughts much appreciated. Drop a comment, loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.